Premier League. Fulham vs West Ham United, prediction, team news, lineups preview. An all-London Premier League battle takes place at Craven Cottage on Saturday afternoon when Fulham play host to West Ham United. Both teams, who failed to win their final matches prior to the international break, square off for the first time since April when the Hammers were beaten 2-0 by the Cottagers at the London Stadium. Match preview. After losing their opening Premier League game of the new season to Manchester United by a 1-0 scoreline, Fulham responded by picking up 4 points from their next 2 fixtures prior to the international break. The Cottagers celebrated their first win of 2024-25 when they beat Leicester City 2-1 on home soil, shortly before claiming a 2-0 EFL Cup success over Birmingham City, but they were forced to share the spoils in a 1-1 draw with Ipswich Town in their most recent top-flight fixture a fortnight ago. Adama Traoré cancelled out Liam Delap's early opener to ensure that Marco Silva's men came away with a point from Portman Road, a somewhat positive result for the Portuguese boss after experiencing a difficult second half against their newly promoted counterparts, sitting 13th in the table. Fulham have only won 3 of their last 12 Premier League games, including results from last season, with 2 of those victories coming against newly promoted teams and the other against none other than Saturday's opponents West Ham, the aforementioned 2-0 away triumph 5 months ago. Indeed, the Cottagers did the double over West Ham last season, winning by an aggregate score of 7-0, and are now seeking to beat the Hammers in 3 consecutive league games for the first time since between October 1965 and October 1966. Julen Lopetegui has experienced a mixed start to life in the West Ham hot seat, as his side have celebrated 2 victories and suffered 2 defeats in their opening 4 matches across all competitions, a 2-1 opening weekend defeat at home to Aston Villa in the Premier League was followed by back-to-back wins over Crystal Palace and Bournemouth, the latter of which was in the EFL Cup, but they were unable to enter the international break on a high as they were beaten 3-1 at home to reigning top-flight champions Manchester City. Ruben Dias's 19th-minute own goal cancelled out Erling Haaland's early opener to give the Hammers fans something to cheer, but keeping Man City's deadly number 9 quiet ultimately proved challenging for the hosts, as he netted 2 more goals to complete his hat-trick and condemn Lopetegui to his second successive league loss at the London Stadium. West Ham will welcome a trip away from East London as 3 of their last 4 Premier League victories have come on the road. Having already beaten Palace away from home this term, Lopetegui and co will endeavour to win their opening 2 away league games of a season for the first time since 2015-16 when they travel to Craven Cottage on Saturday. The Hammers have reason to be optimistic of success this weekend as they have won 16 of their 28 Premier League meetings with Fulham, their best win rate against any team they have faced at least 5 times in the division, 57%. Team news. While many Premier League teams are dealing with a number of injury issues, Fulham are one of the few sides who currently have a clean bill of health heading into this weekend. Silva will consider handing summer signing Sander Berge his full Premier League debut for the Cottagers, with the Norwegian pushing to start in midfield alongside Andreas Pereira and Emil Smith-Rowe. Fellow new recruit Joachim Andersen could make his first top-flight appearances for Fulham since rejoining the club from Crystal Palace, replacing either Issa Diop or Calvin Bassey at centre-back, while Traoré will hope to retain his starting spot on the right flank ahead of Harry Wilson. As for West Ham, summer signing Niklas Fullkrug is doubtful after picked up a knock, related to his Achilles tendon and calf muscle, while on international duty, while Aaron Cresswell remains sidelined with a hamstring injury. Goalkeeper Alphonse Areola is in line for a return to the starting lineup after being replaced at halftime in the defeat to Man City last time out with a back problem. Deadline day arrival Carlos Soler is in contention to make his debut for the Hammers, but the midfielder will likely begin as a substitute. With Lopetegui set to stick with Guido Rodriguez, Edson Alvarez and Lucas Paqueta in the middle of the pitch, Fulham possible starting lineup: Leno, Tet, Anderson, Bassi, Robinson, Berga, Pereira, Traore, Smith Rowe, Iwobi, Muniz. West Ham United possible starting lineup: Areola, Wan-Bissaka, Todibo, Kilman, Emerson, Alvarez, Rodriguez, Bowen, Paqueta, Kudus, Antonio. We say Fulham 2-2 West Ham United. Fulham have been a strong outfit on home soil for some time and will fancy their chances of success against a West Ham side who they thrashed 5-0 in this exact fixture last season. The Hammers will be no pushovers this time around, though, and even if Fullkrug misses out, they still have a number of players who can cause the Cottagers problems in the final third. Only 2 of the last 16 meetings between these two teams in all competitions have ended all square, but we can see the spoils being shared in this weekend's contest. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon for more.